Todos ganan en el Mystery Sale de JCPenney. Apresúrate a la tienda de jueves a domingo para la entrega de cupones dorados mientras duren. Podrías ahorrar 30, 40 o hasta 50% extra. Y si eres súper suertudo, podrías obtener la oferta Jackpot y ahorrar $60 en tu compra de 60 o más. JCPenney. Vale la pena. Entrega de cupones solo en la tienda para mayores de 18 años. Cupón válido del 1 al 4 de agosto en selección de estilos. Aplican exclusiones. Detalles en la tienda.
Good start to the second week. Training camp. It's been fun. A lot of great competition. Not only, individual groups, but Oversty and, Coach Bone's done a great job with the staff and the players. It's been really, really fun couple weeks so far. With that, I'll start.
How difficult was the last practice for the offense, and what did you guys come out of it evaluating about yourselves?
Yeah, every day just an opportunity to learn and grow and get better. So that's what training camp's all about. That's what practice is all about. Find the things that we're good at, things that we need to work on. We got to look at those and go back and see, kind of where those things came up, whether it's fundamentals, whether it's a scheme, whether it's a certain person in a spot. So it's just all about growth and learning.
What are you learning? Like, where do you see the identity of this offense? Like, in what direction do you see it moving?
Yeah, I think we're kind of in the middle of that right now and working through those positions, the schemes, and that's what training camp's kind of about, is learning about yourself. So we're just in the middle of that process.
What do you see from Daniel as he's coming back over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, coming back from injury isn't easy at all. So there's a lot of things you got to work through, not only just physically, but mentally, psychologically, and getting over, that injury part of it. And so I think Daniel's doing a great job of managing that and, putting him in those situations with a pocket and with the bodies around him and giving the live action. So I think, every single day he's getting more and more comfortable with it. And I think he's doing a nice job.
What has he shown you, I guess, that's encouraging, that you're seeing, okay, this is the right step as a quarterback in Wizards?
Yeah, I mean, he's not flinching, whether it's the plays, whether it's the people, up and around the pocket. He's stepping up and he's throwing it strong. And so those are just every day. Again, he's just getting better and better with those type of things.
How do you put Van Roten into the mix?
So, he just got here a couple days ago. So he's only had a couple meetings now. I know he got caught up over the off day yesterday. So, we'll just see how it goes. He's just going to, jump in the mix with the rest of the guys, and Carm and Daves and myself, we'll go through that and evaluate it.
When Daniel has missed on some of the deep balls, it's generally been thrown short, underthrown. When you look at that, do you see anything there? Is there anything you attribute that to him? Like, is that something maybe that when you're coming back from a knee injury and it's your plant leg that he needs to be cognizant of, that he has to work on?
I think it's just part of practicing. You can go across the league, you're going to see throws that are overthrown, underthrown. It's just part of just getting on the same page with everybody and working through those things. That's why we practice it. We throw them in individual periods and we get a feel for it. And then, football is very fluid, right? So angles and speeds, those things are all getting changed. Whether it's pushing up in the pocket or getting collision at the second level, you're throwing a ball, 50 yards downfield, and it has to be perfect. So all of those things kind of, they all happen on one individual play. So you got to work through it, and then the more you work at it, the better you get. So the only way we're going to get better at it is by trying it and working it with the 4 or 5 different guys that we have that have the ability to go downfield.
It sounds like you think that it's more timing and just repping than it is, something physical with him. Getting back into the... Absolutely, and it's all just gaining familiarity.
Mike, when you we hear a lot about players when they're off on the side taking mental reps, right? It's like one of the things like players hate mental reps, right? Yeah, mental reps. Do you take mental reps when you're not calling plays?
Absolutely. You try to put yourself in that play and know where the power of the play is, what it's designed for. You also know where kind of the bones are buried on that play and what are the things that can kind of make it go wrong. So as a coach, you're putting yourself in that position and you're making sure that we're getting, the right things coached, the right fundamentals, and that the scheme that we put out there and the players that are in those positions, making sure that it's at its best.
Is there time in camp for you and Brian to talk over those things? You had that role. He's using that role, having that role now to talk through things. Why did you do this? What do you see? I wouldn't have done that. Why did you do this? That kind of stuff.
It's very open. It's a very open dialogue, very open conversation, very collaborative. like I've said in the past. And after each series, we kind of regroup and talk about what happened and things that we need to clean up and get fixed. And we go and watch it as a staff and talk about those same things, and even more specifically, then we get to the players and go and talk about it. In the afternoon, we'll come back out here in a walkthrough setting and go over those adjustments. So it's a constant process of just evaluation and working to get better.
Is there anything you've picked up, this summer? Anything you've picked up that maybe can help you down the road?
Can you
about
expand
play
on that?
calling and things like that? Is there anything that it's, that's good. Maybe I need to focus more on that.
Yeah, I do a lot of studying. I do a lot, whether it's our own plays and our own scheme and our own players, or if it's other teams that are doing good stuff. So you always want to have an open mind and a learning mentality, and so that's why I kind of approach it.
Mike, sometimes there's this feeling, and I've heard from several people, of where if an offensive coordinator isn't calling plays, what is an offensive coordinator doing? What is an offensive coordinator doing? What are you doing on a practice day, even on an off day, if you're not the play caller?
So during the week, I'm helping Dave's put together the offense, talking about the schemes, talking about the players, talking about our roster and what that looks like on the offensive side of the football. At the practice field, I'm helping complement the coaches and help coach and orchestrate how we're going to operate on offense as far as practice flow, organizing, how we're going to organizing drills and how we're going to do those things. So it's an open communication, and it's things that it passes through me to Dave's, and we talk about how he wants to run it, and then we go back and execute it for him.
How do you see your role on Thursday night? That will be a game, and you're obviously not going to be calling plays. What will you be contributing, I guess, in that role?
So that's, again, I'll let Dave's hit on that, like the role specifically for game day, but it's something we've already discussed. Yeah.
How does not calling plays help you develop as a coach?
I mean, I think it's your approach. I'm going to take it as a learning approach, learn as much as I can from the people around me, and then contribute as best I can, whether I am calling plays or I'm not, like whatever that situation looks like. I'm going to do my best to help the team win.
Mike, how do you feel about the tight end position right now? What are your impressions of that?
Oh, it's a really diverse group. They're doing a really, really good stuff in the pass pro, in the run game, then downfield as well. Like, we got some dynamic players that can get downfield. So I'm really excited about the group. Coach Kelly's done a nice job of stepping into that group that has a lot of different personalities, but also strengths and weaknesses, and then really fitting them to those strengths and weaknesses.
Theo Johnson, he's a couple practices in now. Mm-hmm. How have your impressions of him been?
Yeah, he's growing. Again, just like you said, it's been a couple days. The first day was in pads, and that was good to see. He's on a rep count as we start ramping him up throughout training camp, but he's doing a nice job. He's doing a great job in the meeting room and the field.
What have you seen from Malik as this training camp goes on?
Yeah, each and every day he's getting better, more comfortable. You can see his confidence is continuing to grow. He's not that he lacks confidence, but he's growing. He's working on his relationship with the quarterback, with Daniel, and all the quarterbacks. And I think that's part of just the relationship quarterback receiver, is getting that confidence and that chemistry early.